Let us learn about the role of acetic acid in GI endoscopy. Acetic acid, otherwise known as vinegar, and this can be used for evaluation of patients with Barrett's esophagus, in the stomach for defining the extent of intestinal metaplasia, and in the colon for defining the extent of subtle flat polyps, i.e. sessile serrated polyps. And how do we use this? You take a spray catheter and use a 20 cc syringe filled with acetic acid, and you use the spray catheter to spray. When it comes to patients with Barrett's esophagus, BE, you take the catheter and put it through the endoscope, go to the distal end of the esophagus, close to the gastroesophageal junction, and start spraying the acetic acid from the distal end to the proximal side. What happens is in Barrett's epithelium, without neoplastic change, there will be whitening of the epithelium on contact with acetic acid. This is known as acetowhitening. If there were to be neoplastic epithelium in the Barrett's lining, then those areas with neoplastic tissue in the Barrett's epithelium will lose the acetowhitening and will be appearing as non-white areas. And this helps you to direct the biopsies to those areas. So when we look at it on the endoscopy, here it's Barrett's epithelium. It looks healthy without neoplastic change or cancerous change. When I mean healthy, it doesn't show cancerous change. And when we apply the acetic acid spray, the Barrett's epithelium reacts and changes white, otherwise known as acetowhitening. And if there were to be no neoplastic tissue within the Barrett's epithelium, then the whitening gradually fades over time. On the other hand, if there were areas of neoplastic tissue within this Barrett's epithelium that is not visible to the eye without obvious changes, then that neoplastic tissue will lose the acetowhitening much faster than the rest of the columnar lining. And this loss of acetowhitening will help us direct our biopsies. What does this acetowhitening is due to? This is due to dysplastic epithelium that is not taking up or loosening the acetowhitening much faster than the columnar lining. So these areas that lose the whitening or loss of acetowhitening indicates dysplastic change, and one should target the biopsy to that area. In addition to its role in assessing Barrett's epithelium, acetic acid spray has been used in stomach as well for defining the extent of gastric intestinal metaplasia. In the colon, for sessile serrated epithelium or polyps that are not easy to define in terms of the extent of involvement. And if you remove a serrated polyp and you go back and you see scar and you're not sure whether there is any tissue surrounding that scar, then applying acetic acid spray to that area will define that very clearly. It will say whether there is a serrated epithelium or not by highlighting the neoplastic tissue. Except for irritation from the use of this dye with some esophagitis or gastritis, otherwise acetic acid has no major serious side effects or adverse events. I hope this is useful. Thank you.